Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 14 of Beast Wars Transformers. Now, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do this sooner, being quite busy with work and other things. And pretty much we're near the ending point of the Beast Wars IDW series, which I did say did deserve better. And the cover is meant to have Polarcool holding Optimus, with the Vok having an evil grin. And the story picks up after issue 13, where we see Waspinator and Scorponok dealing with kind of hammerhead shark-like creatures, and Waspinator saying, "I don't think they can get more aggressive. Stay away!" And we see how they manage to take them down single-handedly, and they realise some radiation crystal increased their aggression. And we see Tarantulas looking at the crystal shard, him saying, "This is interesting. The crystal's radiation has unique properties, including an unprotected psychologicus effect. It increases aggression and anger. Oh, it's beautiful." And wants to do some more research on it. And we see Megatron saying, "I agree, Tarantulas. Sinister properties indeed. Yes." And we see how much like the episode of Beast Wars Guerrilla Warfare, we see how Optimus, Primal and Dinobot are setting up sensors, and just as they set them up, they see Black Arachnia and Tarantulas showing up to kind of cause trouble. And we see Tarantulas planting a device on Dinobot that he says will be a bomb, and if he transforms, it'll be inside his chest. And we see Dinobot saying, "If I shift from the bomb, it will be inside my chest, Tarantulas! Oh, part of the service." And we see how Optimus Primal tries to get it off, but of course, the radiation ends up blasting. And we see how Optimus comes to, and just as he comes online, he starts acting aggressive, much like in the Beast Wars episode, Guerrilla Warfare, and starts berating everyone around him and picking fights. And we see Rhinox saying, "Captain, that's not... Let him go, Rhinox." And we see how he points out that he's figured out what the bomb is, and that it must have increased his aggression. But he asks why it didn't affect Dinobot. And he says, "You know I hated most of my Predacon crewmates, and I've always wanted nothing more than to murder Rat Trap since I've joined." And points out how he can handle his aggression. We see how Nick says, "Captain, you're alright. We were all right." "Shut up," and quickly berates her. And we see how Rat Trap and Keel try to calm him down, and just as he's acting a joke around others, we see how even Keel and Rat Trap become victims of his abuse. And we see how Rhinox says, "That's enough, Optimus. Let me go, Rhinox. That's an order." And we see how Dinobot says, "Why? So you can attack your royal crewmates? They're not... Oh, but they are. They are. As good as true as any warriors I've met. Your anger doesn't lie with them. It lies with you." And tries to get him to go for Megatron, which of course is a perfect way to let go of his anger and let him burn out quicker. And we see how they decide to let Optimus go, despite the fact they could put him onto the brig to let him calm down. And Dinobot believes that as soon as the effects of the crystal wears off, he will basically calm down before Megatron is found. And we see how Megatron is forced to kind of repair everything on the ship, and him saying, "Ugh, the damage of the maximal attack is more than I thought them capable of. The repairs are taking too long. I shouldn't be expected to fix everything myself." And we see how Waspinator shows up, saying how there's been a captured Maximal, and says, "Show me. You could have brought the Maximal to me. I thought you wanted to see them helpless in the trap." "On second thought, yes. Yes, I would." And they head in, And just as Megatron wonders where the Captain Maximals are, turns out this isn't Waspinator, and wonders why his voice is different, and says, "Huh, took you long enough to catch on. What is this? Who are you? A Maximal? Assassin? No." And Melee takes him out, and turns out it's meant to be the Beast Wars Neo character, Saberback, saying, "That's what I do. Saberback here, I have Megatron. That's one down." And just as Megatron just as Optimus Primal heads on, we see how he ends up meeting Polar Claw, who was meant to be part of the original Beast Wars toy line, saying, "Megatron, no, my name is Polar Claw. You ought to come with me, yes?" "I don't think so." "Oh, a fight. I was hoping for a fight. Maybe we both have some fun, though." "Don't count it." And of course, we see how they both duke it out, and turns out Polyclaw is being controlled by the Fog, the same with Saberback saying, "As to how I found you, I was sent by gods." And after this, knocks out Optimus Primal, and Polyclaw saying, "This is Polyclaw, Optimus is ours." And yeah, this is the story. So I think issue 14 is definitely good. Like, you can tell, despite the fact that Beast Wars is going to end soon, you can tell Eric Burnham and the team really want to give a big final ending, despite the fact that, yeah, the series did deserve better, much like Transformers Energon from Dreamwave, and much like Young Justice's comic book series. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.